So it's time to take a look at some of the best new shows that you can stream this weekend ahead of Super Bowl Sunday. I know you'll be watching the Super Bowl. Maybe you won't, and we'll give you something else to watch. This weekend, you can begin a new comedy on HBO. There's also a dramatic thriller on Amazon, or a futuristic murder mystery on Netflix.
For more on these new shows, let's bring in our streaming expert, TV Guide editor-in-chief, Mickey O'Connor. What up?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So first up, Two Dope Queens with Jessica Williams and Phoebe Robinson. They were just on CBS this morning. This week.
I heard they were great.
They were hilarious, as they always are. They've got this new HBO special. Let's watch a little teaser.
Here's to us, the dopest of queens. Hey, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't touch my hair. You know that. Philip, you know that. That was like black on black crime.
Right here on HBO, straight after Game of Thrones.
We're not after Game of Thrones.
TDQ plus GOT.
We definitely didn't get the slot behind Game of Thrones.
Straight after.
We didn't.
Game of Thrones.
But we didn't.
HBO
It's got to be aspirational, right? But they're on HBO, which is fantastic.
Right. So this used to be. So this is a podcast. It was like a really popular. It is a really popular podcast, and they sort of converted it into this 4-episode series on HBO. It's kind of a variety show. There's stand-up comedy. There's guests. They have Sarah Jessica Parker is one of the guests. Jon Stewart is one of the guests, which is Jessica's old boss when she was on The Daily Show. And they have each episode has a theme, and so there's one show that's about hair, there's one show that's about blurs, which are black nerds, and another show that's about New York, and then the fourth one I probably can't say on family television.
Oh, really?
But it's
colorful language.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Well, that should be interesting. I'm interested to see how they sort of bring a podcast to life.
Yeah, and
a different life.
Jessica and Phoebe were at the TCAs, the sort of TV previews in January, and they were so charming, and like in a room full of TV journalists, and like we're like a surly crew. They were so charming. They asked every journalist what their name was, and they're hilarious. They're great personalities. They're perfect for this setting.
That's how you get good coverage. Charm us and bring us free food. That works too, just so you know. So up next, Netflix has a new show called Altered Carbon. It takes place in the 25th century.
Yeah, we should take a look at it first because it's a little confusing, but yeah.
How long have I been down?
250 years.
You are the property of Bancroft Industries. You've been provided with this body, which came equipped with military-grade neurochem and combat muscle memory.
Mr. Kovacs, I didn't ask you to bring me back into this world. All I ask of you is that you solve a murder. Whose? Mine.
So there's no shortage of abdominal muscles in the 25th century.
So the reason why that's a really interesting observation is because this show is about the fact that in the future your consciousness can be digitized, and so all of these people, like their existence exists in this little disc, and it can be uploaded into any body that you choose. They call them sleeves on this show. So so they chose a pretty good one for him, and it's about the fact that like in this future, murder basically never exists because you can be injured in all sorts of ways as long as that consciousness remains intact. So it's based on a really popular cyberpunk novel from.
Okay, so I was going to say when you said sleeves, I thought that sounds really familiar.
Yeah, Richard Morgan. It's from like 2002, I think, and it's pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of Blade Runner, Minority Report, a lot of that sort of dystopian future.
Yeah, I love that.
There's a lot of fun details
in it. Sounds like The Matrix, right?
Well, that's true, except you're not exactly plugged in. It's just that you have this disc that is implanted in the back of your neck.
Like
that's
The Matrix?
The Matrix, you're plugged into a system.
Right.
In this case, the system's plugged into you. Oh yeah, it's Bluetooth.
So but it's a lot of fun. Joel Kinnaman is a star who you recognize probably from The Killing and Suicide Squad. Like he's really great, and he's kind of. It's interesting because he's playing, an Asian man, believe it or not, because he has this new sleeve that is Joel Kinnaman, but like actually, he's someone who was trained in martial arts. He's a warrior, stuff like that. So it's interesting.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to that. It sounds really cool. The other thing that I think it looks really cool is Amazon has this new series called Absentia, which looks pretty intense. Let's play a little bit of that.
Conrad Harlow is found guilty of the murder of Special Agent Emily Byrne.
Where's my wife?
I imagine you're in bed with your new wife right now.
What the hell are you calling me?
Emily, she's alive.
gone for 6 years. Where were you? Do you recall anything from your time in captivity? No. What happened? What's going on?
I don't even know what I'm doing here.
So we're trying to find out what happened while she was captured, or how she's trying to re-enter society. Doesn't seem clear.
It's so basically what it is that she was kidnapped and she was in captivity for 6 years. In that time, she was declared legally dead by her husband, who has since remarried. So now she comes back, and so it's like a little bit of a castaway situation. And then basically she needs to try to figure out what happened during that 6 years because she has no memory of it. So it stars Stana Katic, who starred on the long-running ABC show Castle, and it's really spooky. And part of the DNA of the show is that we're going to see flashbacks to her time in captivity throughout the length of the show.
I like it. I like all three, actually.
Yeah, but I'm all about Two Dope Queens this weekend.
Yeah?
That's going to be my jam. That's going to be awesome. Love it.
Mickey O'Connor, thank you so much. You're from TV Guide, and we love having you on.
Thanks for having me.